Hey everyone, Sam Boward with Colorado MMA News. I'm here with UFC middleweight Zak Cummings. He's coming fresh off a victory on Saturday over Alessio Di Chirico. Hey Zak, how have you been feeling this past week, and how have you been spending your time?
Been good. Just was happy to get home, get back to the family. I was a little sore after the fight, but nothing too serious. So actually, it's really close to getting another fight next week, but they end up getting a different opponent instead. But yeah, so I'm a little bummed, but it's good. I'm gonna go on a little vacation on next week and kind of rest up, and then hopefully get back in soon.
So just to make sure I heard that right, you were gonna try to fight again next week.
Yeah, so they needed Ed Herman lost his opponent. They needed someone at 205. So
Okay.
they asked if I'd do it, and I jumped at it, but I don't know if by the time I talked to the coach, management, the wife, planned, because I had a vacation set, so I was gonna have to cancel it or move it. So had to do a couple things, so it took me a couple hours to answer. So I think they went a different route, but so I'm bummed. I won that fight. It's been fun. I love Ed, but it's been a fun fight.
Cool. Yeah. I think it would have been fun too. So right after your fight, so getting into your fight on Saturday, right after your fight, you went on Instagram. You said that you were happy with the end of it, but not satisfied overall. What was it that you weren't satisfied with, and what do you think that you could have done better?
So, I mean, the whole fight camp, I was trying to add volume to my game. I've never been a big volume guy. I'm a big power puncher, and I get that, but I've just been training and sparring. Everything I do is just trying to add a lot more volume to my game. And I was really planning on mixing in some takedowns in this fight. I just didn't do shit. I mean, I had some good exchanges, and I think I moved well. I just was really, really kind of ready to see myself kind of put a lot more volume out, a lot more just tools that I have all together. And man, I just didn't do it. And I was kind of mad at myself. I'm happy to get the win, but it wasn't what I loved.
Yeah. So there's yeah, because does it kind of change when you have a game plan, and I think even your coach was I think your coach told you between rounds 2 and 3 that he wanted more volume in 3. I would imagine that it's not quite as easy as people say, because when you kind of get into that octagon and you're there at that moment, it's easy just to kind of forget that, or get kind of lost. So was there any kind of butterflies that might have just kind of messed you up, or just, what do you think? What do you think happened there that might have made you hesitant to throw more volume?
Really, man, I think it threw. So I cornered against him a couple of years ago, and obviously he got a lot better since then. So whenever I think just witnessed him, when he fought Julian, he was just very I didn't think he was very defensively sound, and I think when he threw, he's just kind of reckless. And I feel like this time he seemed like he was kind of covered his bases a little bit more. He was a little more cautious, I guess, with my power, and maybe it was just he respected me a little bit more, so it kind of caused me to respect him. Because I mean, when he threw with bad intentions, everything he had. So it was just one of those where I could see it, so I was almost trying to counter him, but he was trying to counter me. So it's I had to half-ass commit to something to get him to throw, so I can counter him. This little battle of it's just a chess match, and sometimes it goes that way. Sometimes it's speed chess, and sometimes it's just methodical and slow. And but when something happens, it normally happens pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just just wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, it was just kind of. It's hard to explain. Why there was no nerves. I mean, I was cracking up, having fun, smiling the whole time. It's
Yeah.
I was very, not. There were nerves at all for that fight. I just and I was having fun in there, and maybe that's what it was. I was just enjoying the moment too much that I didn't really didn't have a fire lit under my ass. We got to do this or else we're in trouble. I was just I felt like I was seeing everything pretty good, and was just having a good time. And
Yeah, you really. Yeah, sorry about yeah, you really looked like you were, and I was going to ask you about that. So yeah, I mean, because I was wondering, is he just smiling at him just to kind of get inside his head a little bit, or is he just genuinely having that much fun in there? So I'm guessing you were really just having that much fun, huh?
I was having that much fun, and typically, like, whenever people are swinging hard or they do hit me or whatever, I end up smiling, like, laughing at myself that, like, I got hit with it. You know, like, half time I'm, like, having this conversation in my own head, and, you know, like, I'll start giggling or sticking my tongue, I don't know, like, just doing stupid things, and it's not even to them, it's normally to myself. But, yeah, I was just having fun. It was one of those where, you know, they're losing fights like crazy. You know, everything is going nuts right now. It's so hard to keep something set. So I was just so nervous that I wasn't going to be able to fight. And, like, once it all kind of came together and finally happened, I was so happy. And I was just having a good time. That's really all it was. Like, there was nothing more to it than that.
Yeah, so I know, I'm guessing the part you were really happy with was that head kick at the end. So talk us through that. Like, it didn't look like you were throwing many of those, like, the whole fight. Did you see an opening, or did you just kind of throw it just because and it ended up working?
So I saw the opening earlier on. My coach was screaming it the whole fight. He was one backside head kick. I threw a backside head kick, and it you know, he blocked it. It didn't land hard, but he blocked it. So I switched right-handed a lot, and I'll throw my left leg from the lead stance, and I still get a lot of power, and I hide it very well.
Yeah.
So I switched right-handed a few times, and I was gonna set that up, and I just he was staying far away. He was keeping more distance on the range, and it was hard for me to kind of like set that certain combination up. So I went to a few different combinations. And yeah, like, it was towards the end there, we were in the pocket, and, you know, that's I need to be right there. I need you right in front of me to land that kick, because I hide it off of a hook. And yeah, it's just kind of like he finally like in my face, engaged enough to where we were close enough for me to throw that. And I've been looking for it the whole fight, and I was just able to kind of let it go. And it was, you know, just 14 minutes and 59 seconds, a little too late.
Yeah. And so, like, did you think when you saw him, like, right after the horn, when he kind of like stumbled, like, he got up and then he stumbled back to his corner, did you think maybe there that they would rule that like as a TKO or something, or did you think, oh no, I'm just gonna get the decision here?
I couldn't tell. So, like, right when it happened, I thought he was out. Like, he dropped so fast, and I could see his eyes roll back. Like, I just thought he was done. Yeah. So that's why I just kind of walked off. Well, then I noticed that he was getting up and then fell back over, and I was like, oh, like, they're gonna stop this, because I know, like, even the bell rings, I know that they can kind of like assess the fighter and see if if they're able to continue or stuff. So I think if he were like, because he got up, fell into the fence, and I went over and like hugged him, and you could just tell he wasn't all there. So even at that point, so I think if they would have like actually looked at it and assessed it, like, they could have called it. But I also completely understand it's like a pretty rare thing, and you don't see it very often. It's kind of hard to make those calls and stuff. So it really didn't surprise me that it went to the judges, but I could see it either way.
Yeah, best part of the night, I thought. So cool. Yeah, and so in 31 professional fights, you have never been KO'd, and I haven't seen all of your fights. Have you ever been knocked down before? Never.
Nah. I had a 5-round fight where I was like exhausted, and actually dropped the guy, and I like punched myself out, and he just kind of like barely pushed or hit me. Like, it wasn't a knockdown, but I kind of like fell over from exhaustion. But nah, man, I've never really been dropped, never dropped in practice. Haven't really been wobbled. I mean, I've been hit hard, but nothing that like I don't know, like I took a hard shot in the back of the head in practice. It kind of like had that like equilibrium mess up, but that was it. Yeah. But that was just a big winding punch that kind of hit me in the back of the head, and that was probably the hardest I've ever been hit. But yeah, I don't know, some reason I got a beard on me.
Yeah, and so it's funny. So, like, can you recall like any particular moment when it became apparent that Mother Nature blessed you with a granite chin that you have, or is it just something you just kind of learned as time went on? Like, yeah, I could take a punch, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of both, like one, I've always done a really good job of kind of rolling with the punches, like I don't take punches straight on, like very, very hard. If I get hit, I normally kind of like fade away with it and kind of roll with it to where it, kind of absorbs and helps go with the punch. So like coming into a punch, hands down, getting caught clean, like I just don't, with my style, it doesn't happen very often. Now I definitely get, I've been hit hard multiple times, but I'm just, I think coaching, pad holding, all the stuff, like being aware of just keeping my eyes on my opponent and just really kind of seeing the stuff come helps, helps kind of being able to brace for it and be aware of it. But I don't know, man, like I always kind of feel like, oh yeah, like I can't be knocked out, or I can't do this. And then I've seen guys that have had that rock solid granite chin, and they started going to sleep, and all of a sudden it's like nonstop for them. So I don't want to go in there in the fight like, oh, I'll just go and fight reckless because I can't get knocked out. So like I don't ever want to be that way. But I do have some good confidence that if they come and like try to brawl in the pocket, one, I find I'm very accurate in the pocket. I find angles, like just short shots from good angles, and obviously my chin I feel is going to hold up. So I feel like if someone ever like tries to get my face and make it like a dog fight, I'm going to win that battle every day.
Yeah. So you're just confident taking more risks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true, yeah.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. And so I know you recently turned 36. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't
And so
bring
and
that
so,
up.
and so yeah. So you've been fighting professionally for almost 13 years now. Been in the UFC for 7. So tell us, what does the future look like for you? Is there anything else that you want to accomplish in the rest of your career?
I mean, yeah, I know I haven't done what I deserve, or what I shouldn't say deserve, what I know I'm capable of. I know I can compete with these top guys in the world, these ranked opponents that are 15, 10, 5 champion. Like, I know I can compete with them. It's just, stringing the wins together, showing up and performing on fight night or whatever it is, and getting the right matchups, and, kind of got to play the game a little bit to get the opportunities. So, um, I don't know. Like, I know I haven't, not satisfied yet still. Uh, it's weird because, a long time ago, it was like 35's my age. Like, I'll retire at 35 no matter what, blah, blah, blah. Then I turned 35. I'm like, man, I still feel pretty good. Like, I'm still competing with the best guys in the world. Like, still doing well. I stopped the 170 cut. So that really kind of helped and kept things fun again.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I know obviously I'm towards the back end of things. And yeah, like that, the little quarantine that happened, like kind of opened my eyes what retirement would look like when I just get more family time and stuff. And uh, during the day, I was okay with it, but I'm still a little hungry in the fight game. And right now my body's feeling pretty good. I'm just ready to kind of continue to go. Especially right now, they're just kind of like knocking them out back to back to back. So I mean, maybe I could get a few more fights in a short period of time, which for me would be very beneficial. So yeah, I don't have an answer for that, but I'm aware that I'm towards the back end of things, but I'm still enjoying them, still loving what I do, and still want to be pretty active.
Cool. Cool. All right. And can you tell our viewers how to follow you in your career online?
Yeah, if I'm at Zak Cummings, pretty much across the board, shoot a message. I do my best to answer people, and I'll always try to reach out to fans and anybody that supports MMA. Yeah, check out. Hopefully, I can get in there soon and put on another show and hopefully bring that head kick a little sooner. But I appreciate it, guys.
Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And everyone watching, if you enjoyed this interview, please do give us a follow. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, Colorado MMA News. And Zach, again, can't thank you enough, my man. I really appreciate it. It's been a
Absolutely.
pleasure.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.